Good afternoon, everyone. Today is 26th of April, 2021, and today is the 11th day of the mass indoctrination. And these are the lessons I'm able to learn, quite deep and much, but these are the things I've been able to learn. The first thing is when we have the fear of God and when we love God, there are some things we won't even be told before we do in the house of God. You know, probably as a member, as a worker, as a believer, there are some things we don't need to be told. Just like he cited an example of a maid. You already know that this is what you've been employed for. You don't need to be told, okay, you have to clean this, you have to do this, you have to do that. The same thing with us as believers. We already know that we love God, and because we love God, we fear God. There are some things we don't need to be told before we do them as believers. And another thing I'm able to learn is about willingness. You know, willingness to do the things of God, because there's always reward in willingness. Another thing I'm able to learn is that whatever it is that you have vowed, you know, it has to be voluntary. God is not mandating us to make a vow. So if you don't make a vow, it's fine. But the moment you make a vow, you have to keep to that vow. That's why, if you can remember Ananias and Sapphira, nobody asked them, nobody forced them to sell the land. They sold the land, they made a promise they will bring it. They didn't bring it, and that was their hand. So if you make the promise, stick to it. If you made a vow in the presence of God that you want to do certain things, stick to it, because you'll be held accountable for every word that you promised. And also giving. You know, giving has to be voluntary, just like the vowing. When you want to give to God, it has to be voluntary. Nobody should compel you. There should never be a label to it. There should never be a percentage to it. There should never be a levy to it. There should never be a fee to it. It has to be voluntary. Just like when God blesses you, you want to reach out unto others. When we give to church, as it is expected, they are supposed to use it as well to propagate the gospel of Christ, and of course to help the widow, help the poor, help those in need. So those are the things that these voluntary donations should be done with the church. And it has to be voluntary, as we've already explained. And also thanksgiving, we should be thankful with everything, so we can give an offering of thanksgiving for everything. Because of course, yes, money is needed for the gospel of to preach the gospel, to, you know, reach out to many people in any way and in every way. But it has to be voluntary. Nobody should compel us. Nobody should give grudgingly. Nobody should be forced or shamefully give because they are compelled to. Giving and vowing, everything should be done with voluntary act, and not under compulsion. These are the wonderful things I've been able to learn from this day 11 mass indoctrination. And thank you very much. And tomorrow is the 12th day, and we're going to 15th. And thank you and have a nice day. Bye.